Good afternoon, everybody. Today is August 9, 2023. Today our lecture is Visuddhimagga Purification, Samadhi Nidesa about the concentration, Karuna Bhavana, Compassion Meditation, Part 128. So before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, say Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for watching. So today we will start talking about the Karuna Bhavana, compassion meditation. So that meditation method is another method to practice how to build up your concentration power. The power concentration you will get like an absorption state of jhana. So that meditation method also need to explain in the Samadhi Nidesa. Karuna. Karuna, we say Pali in Karuna. Karuna is a compassion. Compassion is kind of the mental situation. Want to remove the suffering from the person who are encounter with the difficulty. So the situation, when you see or when you hear, you want to try to remove the kind of suffering. So that's what we call compassion meditation. So Pali studying like this. Karuna bhavetu kamena pana. Pana, studying pana. Pana is the other method, the other meditation method. Karuna. Karuna is a karuna compassion meditation. Bhavetu kamena. Bhavetu is a two developed. Kamena is want. The person who want. The person who want to develop the compassion meditation. That means Karuna bhavetu kamena. So what should that person want to do? First, Nikaruna daya. Ni is a no. No compassion. Nikaruna daya. Adinawa. Adinawa is a danger. The danger of no compassion. So there is a method of comparison. The Buddha used a comparison method. Nowadays, when we learn something, the comparison method is very important. When you compare two things, you will more clearly more how different the kind of two different things. When you compare, you can clearly see how different between these two. Like this. Karuna, compassion, and without karuna, no compassion. How different? You can compare that two situations. So this method is nowadays very popular in the university or something like that. When they teach comparison method, compare two things, compare two person, compare. You will see that two person different. You will see more clearly. Yeah, like this. When you buy something, you see compare the two different things, and then you can compare. Or this one more better like this, or I need to choose that one. Like this, you can choose easily. You can choose which is a better. So that way is very important. That method the Buddha used, 2,600 years ago, Buddha stay very advanced. Comparison method Buddha used. That's what Buddha recommend. If you want to practice the compassion meditation, first you need to do is compare. Nikarunataya adino. The danger of no compassion. And karunaya cha anisansa. Karunaya, compassion, anisansa is a benefit. The benefit of compassion and the danger of compassion without compassion. So these two, if you compare, there is a here Pali, Pachawaki Tawa. Pachawaki Tawa. Review. Yeah. Reviewing the two situations without karuna, well, how dangerous it is. With karuna, what kind of benefit you can get from that compassion. So first you need to do is that one. Pachawakitawa, reviewing the danger of without compassion and reviewing what kind of benefit you can get by the compassion. So karuna bhavana aharidava. After reviewing like this, karuna bhavana, the compassion meditation, haridava should be make effort. Arabidava, sorry, Arabidava. Yeah, should be make effort. Arabidava. So this is very clearly Buddha mentioned before practice of compassion meditation, you should review like this first. And then Tanchapana. Tanchapana, tang is that referring to the karuna, compassion meditation. Bana is a continuously explaining here. Bana is a continuously explaining. Tancha, that compassion meditation also. Aravandina. Aravandina is a who make effort to practice compassion meditation. That means Tancha Aravandina. The person who make effort to practice compassion meditation, Prathaman fast. So fast you should not do. Buddha recommend you should not do fast. Piya Bogala Tisu. Piya Bogala Tisu. You cannot study. Pia is a lovely person. You know, we explain that one in the loving kind of meditation also. You know, Pia Bogala, Adipia Bogala, Mijada Bogala, huh? And then Weri Bogala, Weri is the enemy. Cannot start from that because of very difficult. When you study with that person, with those person, your meditation is very difficult to practice. That's why Buddha didn't recommend. First, you should know. So, Pia Bugalada Disu, lovely person, etc., as na Arabitava should not make effort with that, with these person first. Later, you can. But the beginning of the meditation, you should not start practice with those person. Very important. Very, very important. So Pali is continually explaining why your he. He that Buddha mentioned is true. Pio. Pio is the lovely person. Piyatani yewa. Only lovely position. Only lovely position. The Thana here, Thana is a position, not place. Not place. Thana is a kind of the position, lovely position. That person, lovely person is a lovely position only. Piya Thani Yewa Titati. Titati is a stunning. So that's why Buddha didn't recommend. You should not start with that person when you beginning the compassion meditation. And then another one. Adipiya Sahayako. Adipiya, too much lovely. Sahayaka is kind of the very friend. Sahayaka, friend. Too lovely friend, person also. Adipiya Sahayaka Thaniyewa. That too lovely friend person also. The position is too much lovely. The front position. So very difficult to make a compassion meditation because of the karuna. You have a too much lovely person. Karuna is not true. Not true one. Karuna, but karuna and anger is very closely. Because of too much lovely person, some you see suffering, that person suffering, who are you are lovely person suffering, you cannot make the karuna at the time because anger cannot accept that situation. Cannot accept. That's why Buddha didn't recommend fast, but later you can. Okay, but first for beginning stage, you cannot start with the compassion meditation with lovely person, too much lovely person, like a very close friend or something like this. No? So that's why Pali mentioned. And then Mijatato, Mijato. Mijato is the middle stage. Not too love, not hate, no enemy. So in the middle, neither love or love nor hate. That person. Mijato, Mijata Thane Yewa. Mijata Thane Yewa is in the middle, middle position. So that's why very difficult to make compassion. Your mind, easily go to the anger, cannot go to the. That's why, in this country, I had many times. In this country, many people they have a pet, pet dog, pet cat at their house. In their house, they have a pet dog and pet cat, but that dog and cat, seriously ill, what they feel. They cannot look at how they suffer in front of them. That's why they try to send the sender. That sender is killed. They call mercy killing. Mercy killing, Mercy. Mercy is because of compassion. They say like that. But it's not real. It's our mind, sometimes our mind tricky. Like a confession, like a mercy, but not really. It's not mercy, it's not compassion. It's anger. It's anger. Don't want to accept that kind of situation. So be careful. Sometimes your mind very dangerous for you. Tricky way. You think in different way, but mind behave in other way. You think you're loving kindness, but mind is attachment. Attachment and loving kindness is opposite, enemy. But sometimes mind like a pretend like a loving kindness, but it's not real loving kindness. It is attachment. Dana. Be careful. And then here also. Compassion, opposite one is, compassion, nature of compassion is trying to remove the suffering, but, at the time, the owner, pet owner, cannot accept that kind of situation. So that's my mental situation is anger. This one is we call anger. Something you don't want to accept it, your mind respond, your mind react with anger. That situation, like that's why this is not compassion. This is not mercy. This is not mercy killing. Mercy and killing is cannot compare, cannot together. If you kill, you anger. You cannot set that situation. That's why you kill. But they use it like this mercy killing. Oh my God. That's why here, Buddha didn't recommend. Should not studying with that compassion meditation with that person. Too lovely person, too much lovely person, and then Michada, middle person also. And then Apio is you didn't love that person, you didn't love it. That person we call Apio. Pio is a lovely person. Apio is a not lovely person. Yeah, in your mind, that person is not lovely person. So that person is also Apiyatani. Only level, not lovely position. That person. So that person also you cannot study with that. Very difficult sometimes. So that's why in the beginning should not try with that person also. And then another one, weary. Weary is a more difficult enemy. Constraint person. Constraint person is suffering. What kind of feeling you have when you see, when you hear your hostile enemy person is a lot of suffering? You will be happy, isn't it? You will be happy because of that person is your enemy. The enemy person suffering, you will be happy, not compassion. It's not possible to make compassion. That's why, the first time you should not start with the enemy person also. You cannot compassion meditation with the hostile or enemy person. That's why Buddha saying here, weary, the hostile person or enemy person, weary thani. Weary thani is enemy position, hostile position, dignity, standing. That's why you should not fast the practice of loving, compassion meditation with these person. If you start with these person, your compassion is not correct. Maybe your compassion change into the anger. Yeah, sometimes our mind tricky like this. So be careful. Mind is sometimes tricky. Our own mind make it tricky ourselves sometimes. Okay, so that's why Buddha mentioned Pataman. First, you should not practice compassion meditation with these persons. But later you can. Okay? And then Linga Visabhaga Kala Kata. Linga is a gender. Opposite. Visabhaga is opposite. Linga Visabhaga. Linga is a gender. Visabhaga is a opposite. Opposite gender is a male, female, like this. Yeah. Like we already explained this one in the metta loving kind of meditation also. You should not start the opposite gender. Yeah. Female Meridita should practice with a female. The person. Compassion meditation is okay. Loving kind of meditation is okay. But opposite one is not. Because a tricky of mind is easy to change into the different way. That's why. Linga Visabhaga and then Kalakata is already died, already dead. That person also. Akitamewa. Akitamewa. Kita is a year. Kita is not fee. I is not. Kita is a fee. It's not the fee or compassion meditation. Not only compassion meditation, but also loving kindness meditation as well. Okay, so this one is already explained in detail with the example, with the story, the loving kindness meditation, Metta Bhavana explanation in the previous lecture. We already learned it. We already study. That's why just mention like this. Linga, Visabhaga, Kalakata, Akita Mewa. Akita Mewa is not the fee of compassion meditation, not the fee of loving kind of meditation. So that meaning is you should not start with that. Okay. So here English translation is one who want to develop the compassion meditation should begin his practice by reviewing the danger in the lack of compassion, without compassion, and advantage or benefit in the compassion meditation. So you can compare, you can review by the comparison like this first. And when he began it, he should not write it at first toward the dear person, lovely person, etc., etc. Person for one who is a dear simply retain the position one who is a dear. So your mind cannot make true compassion. Your mind go into the opposite way, anger at the time. When you see your lovely person is so suffering, your mind cannot make a compassion. Go into the anger. That's why. Okay, and then a very dear companion, a very, very lovely friend, retain the position of a very dear companion. In that person also should not step. And then one who is a neutral position, neutral situation, that person neither to love or nor hate. That person retain the position of the one who is a neutral. So neutral person also difficult to make a compassion. That's why it should not start with that. And then one who is antipathetic. Antipathetic is a not lovely person, just normal person. Yeah, retain the position of one who is normal, antipathetic. And last one who is hosting the enemy, retain the position of the one who is hosting or enemy, the position, situation. Cannot start with that. And one of the opposite gender, male and female and male, like this. One who is already dead are not the free for practicing the compassion meditation. Okay, so you should be careful when you study. You need to choose the right person first to practice a compassion meditation as well, like a loving kind of meditation, Vipassanā. Okay, and then Pali continuously explaining. Katancha bhikkhu karuna sahagadena cetasa. Katancha is a how. Bhikkhu is the meditator, the monk who practice compassion meditation. Karuna sahagadena. With the karuna sahagadena is together with the compassion, karuna. Karuna sahagadena, yeah, together with the compassion, chitta is here mind, consciousness. With the consciousness, together, compassion. Ekan, disan. Ekan is a one, disan is a direction. Paredwa is pervading or spreading. Viharati is a stay. How you stay? With the compassion mind, meditation mind with the compassion in the one direction. How? So studying the question, Buddha want to explain with the example. Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma, for example, Ekam Pugalan, or one person. One person is leader. Ekam Pugalan Dugadan Durubedan. Dugadan is do is difficult. Gada is happening. Here is not going. Gada is not going. Dugadan is here the difficult situation. For example, like the all property lost or the family lost. Huh? That kind of situation. Yeah. That was in a very difficult situation, isn't it? Here meaning dukkata. Dukkata is bad, the bad situation. Like because of the disease, because of the family lost and property lost, like this. And do rubeda. Durubeda is do is not difficult here. Do is bad, also bad. Durubeda is that person make kaya ducharita, bodily wrongdoing, kaya ducharita, bodily wrongdoing, vaji ducharita, bodily wrong talking, and manoducharita, the mentally thinking, wrong thinking. So that person, that situation, Durubeda. Durubeda is kind of three kind. Ducharita, three kind ducharita. Kaya ducharita, vaji ducharita, mano ducharita. Three kind of wrong doing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. Yeah. So Ekam Pugalan, one person. One person happening like this. That person make wrong doing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. That person maybe suffering with the loss of family, the loss of the properties, and then get seriously ill. So that's that mention. Dukkadam, Durubedam, Ekam Pugalam. One person. Ekam Pugalam, one person. One person is happening like this. That person. Deswa. Deswa is when you see that kind of person, Karuna Yeya. Karuna Yeya. Karuna Yeya, you need to make compassion to that person. Because of that person's suffering, isn't it? Because of that person's difficulty, so you want to try to, or the person I want to try to have to remove that kind of suffering, that kind of difficulty, difficult situation. So that's a karuna we call. The karuna, meaning is you need to make a karuna, try to remove that difficulty from that person, trying to remove the suffering from that person. Yeah, that meaning. Okay. So Ewa Miwa, similarly, Sabasati, all living beings. Sabasati. In all living beings, not only this is an example. The person who are with the suffering and difficulty, very, very great difficulty. When you saw that person, you make a karuna, compassion like this, all living beings, similarly. Karuna, paradi. Karunaya, paradi. Karunaya with the compassion, paradi, pervade. All living beings, not only one person. In all living beings, sabha sati. Okay. Iti like this, paradi, iti like this, vibenge pana in the Vibhenga Pali. Vibhenga pana. In the Vibhenga Pali, Buddha talk, Buddha explain, Buddha. Because of Buddha explain in the Vibhenga Pali, Sabha Patama, Sabha is all, Patama is the first. The first of all, Tawa beginning, Kenchi Dewa. Kenchi Dewa is in the only one person. Kenchi Dewa. Karuna Yitaba Ruban. Karuna Yitaba Ruban is make a compassion suitable to make a compassion that person. Karuna Yitaba Ruban. Karuna Yitaba means should be make a compassion. Nuruban is suitable. Paramakachapata. Paramakachadavam. Parama is too much. Parama is too much. Kicha is suffering. Very poor, poor situation. Yeah. Very difficult situation. Pali Kicha is the meaning here. Very difficult situation, very poor situation, very, very horrible situation. Padan is a rich into the too much suffering situation, too much difficult situation. Dogadan is a difficult suffering. Durubeda, that person make a wrong doing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. Kapana Purisa. Kapana Purisan China Hara. Kapana is
like homeless.
Homeless, yeah, like a homeless person. China Hara. China Ahara. China is a cat. Ahara is a nutrition, no get nutrition. Yeah, very hungry, very not that China China ahara, not China. China ahara means China not China hatha. China ahara. Ahara is a nutrition, food. China is a cut, so no food to eat. That person. China ahara. China ahara. China ahara. So be careful. Ali says, be careful. China ahara. Kapalan. Kapalan is a kind of the pot. Kind of the pot. Only that person, only pot. No food, no drink. Kapalan, Purado in front of. Purado is in front of that person. Tabidoa, put. Anata salaya. Oh. Sala. Sala is a hall or shelter. Anata salaya is a homeless shelter. You can translate homeless shelter. Anata, homeless. Salaya, sala is a shelter. Yeah, in the homeless shelter, sitting. So Pali described that person very poor situation. Described like this. Yeah. Nisinam, sitting. Not only happening like this, but also here. Hatha body he. Hatha is a hand. Para is a food. Hand and food. Hatha body he. Parekaha karanda kimi kana. Pakaranda, sorry. Pakaranda kimi kana. Kimi. Kimi is a kind of the kimi. We learned that one. Kimi in English. Kind of the bacteria or something like that. Kana is a crew. The crew of the I forgot the Kimi. Kimi is McCord. Kind of fungus. McCord. MAGGOD. McCord. Yeah. Background is ozine the maggot from hand and food and like this. It's very poor, very suffering situation. Bakaranda kimi kana atasara. Atasaran Sara is a song. Sara. Atasara is a song. Is a kind of very kind of make a song is very difficult situation. Make a song, that kind of song. Atasara. Pali saying like this. Atasara. Morning. M-O-A-N. Yeah. Morning. Yeah. Make a morning from the mouth. That kind of speech. That kind of song. Atasara. Korondang. Yeah, korondang is a make. The person who make a morning. This one, so after seeing the meditative mind happen like this. Kechan Wadayang Sado Abano. Kecha Wadayang. Kechan Wadayang Wadayang. Wadayang is a Wada plus Ayang. Okay? So Wadayang is a Wada plus Ayang. So Yang is referring to that person, that very poor situation. Yang Sado here, Sado. Yang Sado, that living being is Abano. Kechang Abano. Kechang suffering or poor situation. Abano is rich or happen. Yeah. Very difficult situation, very suffering situation happen. That person happen. Apano, wata. Wata is together with the apano. Apano, wata. Oh, that person very poor like this. Apewa nama. Leader. Apewa nama. Imama dukkha. Yeah. First translate. Imama dukkha. Imama is this. Dukkha is suffering. From this suffering, imama dukkha. From this suffering, apewa is together with mochya. Apewa nama mochya. If free, if that person free from that suffering. Apewa nama is good. Apewa nama mochya. Mochya is free. So imama dukkha, from that suffering, mochya, free, apewa nama is good. It is like this. Karuna pavoti dava should be make. Should be happen. Should be happen the compassion like this. So situation, compassion means like this. When you see very difficult, very poor person, your mind, if I can remove that kind of suffering from him, it's good. That matter situation is we call karuna, compassion. So compassion is like this. But I already explained that mind is not just like this. Mind is beyond that. You cannot accept that difficult situation for that person. This is not compassion. This is anger. So anger and compassion is very close on that situation. the layer boundary. Boundary separate the anger and compassion. Boundary is very thin. So your mind easily changing from anger and from compassion to into anger. That's why in this country many people their pet dog sent to the center to kill them because they don't want to look at the very horrible situation, suffering situation. They don't want to see it. Huh? That's why. So this no compassion. When they sent to the center, this is not real compassion. This is anger. Maybe first when they saw then that their compassion is bad, later they don't want to accept that situation, so changing from the compassion into anger. So that's why the mind is sometimes very tricky. Yeah. And the loving kindness also. Loving kindness and dana, very close. Loving kindness, Metta and dana is very close. Those are opposite. Those are opposite things. Loving kindness and dosa anger is opposite things. But here I mean not opposite. Very close, very closely tricky situation. Very thin layer between lobha and metta. And also karuna and anger. Dosa. Karuna and dosa. Very thin layer between them. So the meaning is that your mind easily changing from metta, loving kindness, into dana, attachment. And also from compassion, karuna, into anger, dosa, like this. Close friend. I mean, close friend, not opposite. Not opposite. Yeah. Sometimes the anger is pretend like a karuna, compassion. Sometimes dana pretend like a metta, loving kindness, like this. Be careful. Yeah. Okay. So the true compassion is happening like this. When you saw the person, a lot of suffering, many poor situation. When you saw, oh, I wish to remove that suffering from that person. Just happening just like this is a real compassion, real karuna. A little bit beyond that layer, change into the anger. Be careful. Very thin layer, very thin boundary to change like this. So that's why here Bali Kichan Wadayan Sado Abano Abewa Nama Imama Dukkha Mochaya. Like this, Karuna Bodhidharma should be made. Compassion like this. Okay? So, okay. Maybe you have a question. Maybe because when I see very suffering person, when I see I compassion is easy to happen like this. So what about the person who are no suffering, the person who are very happy, for that person, how can I make a compassion? Karuna, isn't it? There's a question to ask. That's why Pali's continuing is playing here. Tan alabandena. Tan is that kind of person. That kind of person means a suffering person. Alabandena is a not get. Sukidobi or Sukido is happily. That person happily. But Papakari Pukalo, which Papakari is Papa is evil. Kari is doing the evil. Pukalo is a person. So Papakari Pukalo is the person who are doing the evil. Wajina. Wajina is the person going to kill, punishment of killing. Wajina. Okay? Upamidwa is make an example, make a like kind of the kind of example, kind of compare. Yeah. Karuna Yitabo should be make compassion for those person as well. The person who are very happily, but that person doing evil, isn't it? Some person they are doing evil, but they are very happy, isn't it? So for that person, your mind, that person, even though that person right now very happy, but later in future, definitely suffering because he make evil already. So the person who killing punishment because he make an evil, like that person, you should make compassion to that person. Yeah. So it's a good example to understand what that person, how we can make compassion. Yeah. Okay. So here in the English translation is like this. In the Vipassanā Sutta, the Buddha talk like this. And how does the bhikkhu monk dwell by breathing one direction with his heart and his mind, and do with the compassion, karuna? Just as he would feel compassion on sin and unlucky, unfortunate person, so he pervades all being with compassion. So therefore, first of all, on seeing a ranchman unluckily unfortunate, in every way fit object for compassion, anxiety reduced to utter misery. The meaning is to reduce or to remove as possible as I can this kind of suffering. So the person with hand and feet cut off. Yeah, here English translation, with hand and feet cut off. No, that meaning. Pali, Chinahara is not that meaning. So I think English translation that's totally wrong. Pali not that mentioned. Pali is China ahara. China ahara. No food. No. Hand and feet cut off. No. So be careful. Sometimes we have English translations maybe At that time, maybe Pali is a wrong Pali, or maybe Pali misunderstanding in Pali, maybe. So here totally wrong. The translation with hand and feet cut off. No, no more food to eat. That person at that situation. Okay, sitting in the shelter, yeah, the homeless shelter for helpless, yeah, with the pot placed in front of him, and then with the mass of mucus, yeah, oozing from his arm and leg. Yeah, he has a suffering like this. Yeah. And then because of that suffering a lot, and he make a cry sound mourning. Yeah, mourning. He make a very suffering sound. And compassion should be fed from him in that way. This being has indeed been reduced to that misery or suffering, if only he could be free from this suffering. So this is a kind of the compassion. But if he does not encounter such a person, maybe opposite person, the person who are very happily, but even though happily person, he can arouse compassion for an evil doing person, even though he is happy, by comparing him to the one who are going to be executed by killing punishment. Executed meaning is a killing punishment because of the some crime, commit the crime. Yeah, the government executed. Executed means a killing punishment. Like this. Yeah. So more Pali here is explaining Katan how. Pali more explaining Katan how make a compassion. So Setabi, for example, with the example explained here. Setabi, for example, Saha Bandina. Saha is together. Bandina is the Banda is the properties, stolen property. Yeah, stolen property, stolen thing. With the stolen thing, together with the stolen thing, Kahita Chora. Kahita is arrest. Arrest. Chora is a thief. Chora. The thief arrest with the stolen things. Yeah. Vadita Nandi. Vadita Nan. That thief, Vadita is a kill. It's cute. Like this. Vadita Nandi. Vadita Nan Idi like this. Renyo. Renyo is a king. Renyo. Anaya. Anaya is an order. With the order of king. Raja Purisa. Oh, Raja Purisa. Raja is a king. Purisa is the kind of the minister of the king. Raja Purisa. Banditoa. Banditoa is a Thai. Banditoa is a Thai. Chatuki, fool. Pahara Sattani. Pahara is hitting. Satta is 100. But not only 100, many here hitting. So Chitoge means 4 here, 4 means a junction. 4 rope junction. Every junction hitting many times. Yeah, at the very Asian time, like this, punishment is like this. Before killing, bring to the place of the killing, hitting many times. Every junction, because that person make like this, they are now. So the people, they cannot, they're afraid to do like this. So make like this. Huh? Yeah. At the time, very Asian time. So Chitoge, every junction, Hara Satani is hitting many times. Danda is giving a hitting. Danda is a giving. Giving means not giving the food and other thing. Giving the hitting. Agatana. Agatana. Sorry, Agatana. Agatana is the killing place. Like a cemetery. Yeah. Like a special cemetery, the killing place. Agatana. Nindi is the bring. The minister or the king bring the thief to that place, killing place, like this. Okay. Dasa Manosa. Dasa is that thief, for that thief. Dasa. Dasa for that thief. Manosa. Manosa is a people. Many people who are compassion to that thief. Karaniyambi. Karaniya, sugar and food also. Karaniyambi. Bhojaniyambi. Many other different kind of food also. Bhojaniyambi. And then Malakanda Vilepana Tambulanipi. Mala is a flower. Ganda is a kind of the perfume. Yeah, Ganda. Flower, perfume, Mala Ganda, Vilepana. Vilepana is a kind of the lotion, kind of the makeup, kind of the make very good looking. Vilepana. Kind of the makeup nowadays. Yeah. Makeup, very good looking, smell, good smell, like this. We call it in Pali Vilepana. Mala Kanda Vilepana. Tambulani. Tambula is kind of the betel. Betel is a kind of chewing in the mouth, make a smell. In India and Myanmar, the betel. Betel leaf. We call it Pali Tambulani. Tambula. Tambula. Tambula Nipi. P is also. Yeah. But also Dindi came. So the other many people who are making compassion to the thief, they give to the thief like this. Many food and flour and many kind of thing. But even though they give, the thief cannot happy, isn't it? Because of very nearly die. So the kind of situation, yeah. Kejabi saw. Saw is that person, the thief, that thief. So Kejabi is a leader. Dani Karando Jiwa. Dani is these things. Karando is eating these very delicious food, even though eating Karando Chiwa Pribunjandoja. Pribunjanda is a very good flower, very good perfume. He wearing flower, he make a perfume, even though Pribunjando is used. Use these things also. Sukido is he look happily, but not really. Bhoga Samapido Viya. Like Bhoga Samapido is the person who has a lot of property, rich person. Yeah, the Bhoga Samapido Viya is like a rich person. Kachati. The thief get many things like this. He looked like a very rich person, but Atako actually Kenchabi Kachadi. Kenchabi is we have a Pali. Kenchabi so Kenchabi is together with the Kachadi. Yeah, like this. Kenchabi Kisadi. Even though that thief get many things, he looked like very rich person. The meaning. Kenchabi Kachadi meaning is not actually rich person. Atako actually Dan Dan so that thief Newa Kochi. Newa Kochi. Or Newa is a leader. Kochi san Sukido Ayan Mahabogo. Or Ayan, that person is Sukido, very happy. Mahabogo, very rich. Iti like this, Mahabogo iti. Iti like this, Newa Minyati. They don't think. Yeah, because very close to die. So nobody think like this. Even though he get a lot of things, nobody think, oh, that person happily and that person very rich. Don't think like this. Don't think. They don't think like this. Inyadatu. Actually, ayan warako, warako. Ayan warako is this this poor person. Ayan, what I call is Ayan is this, what I call is a poor person. This poor person, idani now, Maresati, will die. Yan Yadewa he. He, it is true. Yan, that person, Yadewa, yan, that person, Yadewa he, yan. He, it is true. Yan, that person is Yan Yadewa Bran, Yan Yoda Brahmani. Bran is a food. Each food, Nikibadi step. Huh? That person, each food step, like this, Dena, that every single step, Dena meaning with that every single step of the food, Sandiki, very close. Marisa, Maranasa Hodi, Maranasa Hodi, he will die. The meaning is, every single step of his food is going to die, isn't it? Like this. Like this. When you see very happy person, oh, that person doing some in the samsara, maybe doing something like happening in the future in the samsara. So like this, you can make compassion. But right now, okay. But even though in the samsara, maybe, huh? Yeah, suffering. So that kind of thing, you can make compassion like this. So it is like this. Then that thief, Chano is people. Chano, Karunayati. People make compassion to that thing. This is an example, huh? To understand the kind of compassion to the happily person, even though you can make compassion. Yeah. So with the example, very easy to understand like that, okay? So English translation here is how suppose a robber or thief have been catch with the stolen goods, stolen things, and then according with the king commander to execute him. So the king man buy him and then leave him up to the place of the execution, giving him 100 blows in a set of 4. In a set of 4, but I think in the junction, every junction, not in the set of 4 here. English translation, Chatuki is then people give him things to chew and eat, and also garland flower and perfume and anganus and betel leaf. Many things they give to them because of poor. Although he goes along eating and enjoying with these things, as though he were happy and well off, still no one fancy that he is really happy and well off. On the contrary, people feel compassion for him. Thinking like this poor person is now about to die, going to die. Every single step he take bring him near to the presence of death. People thinking like this, they make compassion to the thief like this. Okay. Okay. And Pali explain. Ewan Tambogalan. Ewan like this. Tambogalan. Karuna ito. Tambogalan. Tam that Bogala is a person. Karuna ito. Make a compassion. Tadoparan. Edenewa upayena. Tadoparan is after that practice. Tadoparan. After that practice like this, the compassion meditation. Edenewa upayena. Same method. Apply. Piya Bogli. Oh. Piya Bogli is a lovely person. Also, you should practice compassion meditation like this. The door from that step, another one, Mijati. Oh. Mijati is in the neutral person. In the neutral person, you should practice a compassion meditation. The door from that, step by step. Step by step like this. The door from there, after a neutral person, you should very meaty. Very meaty is very meaty. Very meaty. Very is a hosting person. A hosting person. Oh, sorry. Go. Sorry. Eva Mewa. Similarly, Karuna Kamathani Kena. Karuna is a compassion. Kamathana is a meditation. Karuna Kamathani Kena is the person who make a compassion meditation. Bhikkhuna is a monk who practice that kind of meditation, meditator. Sukhidopi, even though the person who are happy, Pugalo person, even similarly, Karuna Itabo should be make a compassion. A young Varago, this poor person, Kinchabi, later Kinchabi, Idani now, Sukhido, happily, Susijido. Susijido is spend the life happily. Susijido or Bogi or Susijido Bogi is the Boga is properties. Susijido is spending the property. Reborn chati is a use or spend. Kenchabi reborn chati. Even though use and spend the very good things and happily, attack call actually tisu dwarisu. Oh, tisu is a three, dwarisu is a door, in the three door. Three door meaning is kaya dwara, vachi dwara, and mano dwara. Three door. Okay. Tisu dwarisu. Bodily door, Baba door and Manda door. Ikinabi in one door. Katasa is already make. Kalayana Kamasa. Kalyana is a good, Kama is a Kama. Good action. Abhava is not having good karma, good action. Idani now Apayesu in a four woeful play. Apayesu. Napakan is na apakan. Apakan is a little, na is not little is man, then is money. Napakan money, dukkha, suffering. Here dukkha, dominance, so Pali use a different word. Dukkha is a bodily suffering. Dominance is a mentally suffering. Yeah. So two kind of suffering. Dukkha, dominance, bodily suffering and mentally suffering. But this with this sati. But this with this sati meaning that he will experience. He will experience in future. That meaning. So the English translation is the meditator who practices a love, compassion meditation. That meditator, monk whose meditation subject is a compassion should arouse a compassion for an evil-doing person, even if he is happy. Though this poor person is not happy, cheerful, enjoying his work, stay for one good deed done. Now, in any one of the three doors of the body, speech, and mind, he can come to experience and whole suffering in the four woeful stage. And stage of loss, meaning it's a four woeful stage. Apaya. So make a compassion like this. Okay? So, Ewan Tambo Galan Karuna Itowa. So should make a compassion meditation with that person. And the top parameter, after that practice, Tiniwa Upayana. Similar method, with a similar method, Itiniwa Upayana. Upaya is a method, a way. With the similar method, Piya Bogli, lovely person also you can practice a compassion meditation with the lovely person. Piya Bogli. The door, after practicing with the Piya lovely person, you can practice with another person. Mijati. Mijati is a neutral person. Neutral person also you can practice compassion meditation. And then tato, after that practice, Viremidi. Viremi in the hosting person or enemy person, you can practice the compassion meditation. So Anukamena is step by step, one after another. Anukamena. Karuna, Bodhidaba. Karuna is a compassion. Bodhidaba should be happen. Should be happen means should be practiced. Sachi Banasa, Sachi Pana Asa. Banasa is a Pana Asa. Okay? Pana Asa. Pana continuously explaining Asa, that meditator who practice compassion meditation, Bobe is in the previous way, and Bobe here, Bobe Hota Niwa. Hudanina already explained in the previous. Where me means in the hosting person. Patigan, anger, obijati, stay arise. Sachi obijati, if stay arise. Yeah. So enemy person very difficult to make a compassion, isn't it? Some person not very easy. So trying to do, but anger is arising. If sache obijati. Patigan sache obijati. So tan Mitaya, tan means that very person, that the enemy person, Mitaya, loving kindness, in the loving kindness meditation, already explained method. Vipassanā should be should be removed. Yeah, in the loving kind of meditation, Metta Bhavana, Buddha mentioned many steps, isn't it? Cannot remove the anger for that person. You should try like this, many try, many options. Buddha explain. So here, no, again, here refer to, if you want, if you cannot memorize, you reread again in the loving kind of meditation. Very similar way. Okay, so here in a translation, having aroused compassion for that person in that way, you should next step arouse compassion for the dear person, lovely person, and the next for the neutral person, and the next for the hostile person, successively, step by step, one after another in the same way. But if the anger toward the hostile person, enemy person, is not easy to remove the anger. So anger is alright, easy in the way already described in the loving kindness meditation, Metta Bhavana. You should make it succeed in the described way under the loving kindness meditation. Okay? Okay. So Pali continuously explaining Yopi Chitta. Chitta is a cha ita. Chitta cha ita. Cha is continuously explaining ita in that ita is in that aramana, in that object of compassion meditation. Ita is in that object of compassion meditation. So object of compassion meditation is that you can start with the person who are suffering, and then you change and a lovely person and neutral person and enemy person. After that, you can all live with me. You can make compassion like this. So the object of compassion meditation is like this, step by step. So here, ita meaning is in that object of compassion meditation. Yopi is some person also. Yopi, generally saying not specified person, just anyone, any person. Yopi, kata kusalo. Kata kusalo is all. Kata is already make. Kusalo is a kusala, wholesome. Already make a wholesome. Hodi. A person who already make a wholesome can be Even though the person who make a wholesome, nyadi, roga, bhoga, Vipassanā. Nyadi. Nyadi is a family, sibling. Roga is the disease. Roga. Bhoga is properties. Vipassanā. Vipassanā is destroy. Destroying that means lose. Lose or the family or sibling. Nyadi Vipassanā. Roga Vipassanā is the person who suffer the severe illness like a cancer, suffering the cancer. That person Roga Vipassanā. The lose or the lose by the disease. Bhoga Vipassanā. Bhoga Vipassanā is the person who lose all the properties. So Vipassanā is, we say like this. Nyadi Vipassanā, Roga Vipassanā, Bhoga Vipassanā. That kind of lose. And yet, anyone, with anyone, any kind. Maybe Nyadi Vipassanā, lose of the family or sibling. Maybe Roga Vipassanā, maybe Bhoga Vipassanā. Anyone. And yet, Vipassanā. Any kind of loosed, Samanagata, possessed. Possessed who, the person who encounter with any kind of loosed, Deswawa, seeing or Sutwawa, hearing or, yeah. Sometimes you see with your eye. Sometimes you hear from the other person. That's why Pali said Teswawa, Sutwawa, by hearing or by seeing or by hearing. Tesa, for those persons, they're not those persons. Tesa is for those loosed. Abhavibi. Abhavibi is there's no those kind of loose. Even though there's no those kind of loosed, Vada Dukkha. Vada Dukkha. Vada, Vada Dukkha. Vada is we learn in the Yogi book, the preachers Mubara. Yeah. Vada. Kilesa Vada, Kama Vada, Vibhaka Vada. This is Sansara Vada. Sansara is a Vada. This three kind of rotation is Sansara, isn't it? So Vada Dukkha is Sansara Dukkha. Yeah. Sansara Dukkha. Sansara, the round of rebirth suffering. Vada Dukkha. Anatikantata cannot overcome. Anatikantata is cannot overcome. Even though the person no lose, that cannot lose, but the person in the sansara dukkha, Vada Dukkha, still cannot overcome the sansara dukkha because we don't know how many future life, we don't know. That's why. So thinking like this, you can make your compassion to everybody, isn't it? Not only suffering person, but also happily person. Also, you can make compassion. I think. Okay, so Natikandada cannot overcome the round of rebirth suffering. Dukhido ayandi. Yang that person is Tokito, just suffering person. It like this, it even like this. Sabbatavi. Sabbatavi is in all kind, in all parts also. Karuna itava, karuna itoa, karuna itoa is make compassion. Hoda nayiniwa. Already explaining method. Atani means the meditator himself. Atani. Piyabogale, the lovely person. Mijade, neutral person. In the neutral person also. Veremi is in the hosting or enemy person also. It is like this. Chitusu Janesu. Chitusu is a four. Janesu is a people. Four people is the meditator himself, lovely person, neutral person, and hosting person, enemy person. Four. These four persons. Chatusu, Chanesu. Sima, Sambheda. Oh. Sima is a boundary. Here Sima is a not ordination hall. If you translate the ordination hall, no, it's not right. Sima is a boundary. So boundary means these four persons, yourself, lovely person, neutral person, the enemy person, and these four, no different or compassion, no different karuna. That meaning. Sima, Sambheda. The different or the boundary. Beta is a separate the boundary in those persons. The Sima Sambheda is a broken, break a boundary. Yeah. The break a boundary between these four persons, Katwa make, Tan Nimeda, that Nimeda sign of the compassion meditation object, Asawandina. Asawandina. Aswa. Aswandina is rapidly practice. Aswandina, Asewandina, Bhavandina is a developed. Developing, rapidly practicing, practicing, and then Bahuli Karondena. Bahuli is a many time. Karonda is a practice, make practicing many times. Medaya in loving kind of meditation, Gota Newa already explained method. Tika Chituka Jhana Vasena. Tika Jhana means three jhana, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, or Chatuka jhana means first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. According to that, two different kind of counting method. Apana, absorption stage, Oditaba. Oditaba means increase power of the concentration, increase more and more to become the absorption stage. So what Oditaba is increase, developed like this. So English translation here is, and here to someone is done profitability. Profitability is a kusala. The kata kusala is the profitability. Hosanti. Someone has done the wholesome deed and the meditator see or hear that he has been overtaken by one other kind of the ring, beginning with the ring of head, loss of head, loss of relative, loss of property, so 4 kind of Vipassanā. Yeah. But here no Sila Vipassanā. But Vipassanā is also Sila Vipassanā, also included. But here only 3 mentioned, etc., etc. He desired the meditator compassion like this. And so he does too in any case, even with no such ring, no such law. That person in reality, he is unhappy because he is not exempt from the suffering of the round rebirth. Uta dukkha. And in this way already described, the meditator should break down the barrier or boundary between the 4 kind of person and the meditator himself, or lovely person, or neutral person, or hostile person, 4 person. So that is say himself, dear person, neutral person, hostile person. Then cultivating the sign of the meditation, developing it, repeatedly practicing it. He should increase the absorption by the triple and quadruple jhana in the way described already under loving kindness meditation. Okay? And then we go to the other one, is explained with the different Nikaya. So in Gautara Takataya Bana. Bana, the different one, different mention, different explaining in Gautara Takataya. In Gautara is in Gautara Nikaya, Takataya is the detail explaining, the commentary. The commentary of in Gautara Nikaya. In the commentary of in Gautara Nikaya, Pataman fast, Viri Bogalo, Viri is a hosting person, Bogala. Viri Bogalo hosting person, Karunai Tavo. Karunai Tavo meaning should be make compassion. That's mean in that person, meaning in that hosting person, Chidan Mudo. Chidan is a the mind, consciousness. Mudo is very soft. Katoa, make. Dukado. Dukado is the poor person. Poor person should be make compassion. So the Ingota Nikaya mentioned like this. Different way. Huh? The door from that, Pia Puklo. The dear person, that lovely person, should be make compassion. The door from that, Atani, yourself, the meditator, yourself. Ayankamo, Udo. Ayankamo is that process. That process is different from the previous one, isn't it? Previous one is not should with starting with the hostile person. But in Gautara Nikaya, you can start with the hostile person, after that the suffering person, after that lovely person, after that yourself. So opposite way, isn't it? Explaining. Ayankamo auto. Yeah. So So it's a kind of that process is Dugadan, Durigadan, Paliya, Nasamedi. So yeah, the previous explaining previous Pali Dogadan is the person who into the suffering, the person who make wrongdoing, wrong talking, wrong thinking. The person, the Pali with the Paliya with the Pali, Nasamedi is not agreed. Nasamedi means not agreed. Not agree with the previous Pali. That's a therefore. Okay, that's a therefore. Therefore means because of not agree with the previous Pali, Hoda ni what ta. Hoda ni what ta means in already explained the previous method only. Bhavana Marabitwa. Bhavana Marabitwa is Bhavana Arabitwa. Bhavana is the compassion meditation. Arabitwa is make effort. Sima Sambhira. Sima Sambhira is the boundary, breaking the boundary. Katwa, make. Abhana, absorption state. Vuddhitava should be increased. Yeah. So that if there's in Gupta Nikaya, you should not take that kind of method. Okay. But in Gupta Nikaya, when you read in the commentary, you will see the kind of different process. Okay, so be careful. So, but in the English translation here, but the order given in the English Nikaya commentary is that a hostile person should be fast, make an object of compassion, and when the mind has been make a soft, malleable with the respect to him, next a unlucky person, next a dear person, next a one set. So it should be the reverse order mentioned in the Ingota Nikaya commentary. So that does not agree with the text Pali and lucky and unfortunate person. So therefore, he should begin the development, break down the barrier, and increase the absorption only the way already mentioned here. Okay, that is important. Be careful because in Pali different mention, so commentary the different method process. Okay, and the conclusion here, Tado Paran, Penchahakarehi, Anodi Safarana, Sattahakarehi, Odi Safarana, Dasahakarehi, Disafaranadi. Tado Paran is from after practicing, that's step by step practicing. After that, Tado Paran, Penchahikari with the 5 method. Anodi Sagari unspecified pervading. Anodi Safarana. Unspecified pervading. Sada Hagari with the 7 method. Odi Safarana. Specified pervading. Dasa Hagari 10 method. Disafarana. Direction pervading. Direction of pervading. It is like this. Ayan Vikobana. So Vikobana is the kind of the Vasalati, Sukhan Subudi Di Adayo, Sukhan happily, Subudi is sleep, etc. etc. Anisansa cha. Anisansa is a benefit also. Mettayang in the loving kind of meditation. Oda Nayini were already explained. Vidava should be known. So benefit is same. Loving kind of meditation benefit and the compassion, karuna, meditation benefit is same. 11 benefit. Sukhan, Subhuti, etc. etc. You should remember, you should memorize. Very similar in the Metta Bhavana. Ayan Karuna Bhavanaya Vitharakata. And the explanation is Karuna Bhavanaya in the compassion meditation, Vitharakata, detail explaining. Okay, so that's why here English translation, after that practicing, you should facility consisting in this and specifying barbading in 5 ways, and then specifying barbation in the 7 way, and the direction of barbation in the 10 way, like in the 11 kind of meditation, Medabhavana, and the advantages or benefit described as he sleep in comfort, etc., etc. 11 kind of benefits should be understood in the same way as a given explaining under the 11 kind of meditation. So this is a detailed explanation of the developing the compassion meditation finish. I know. So yeah, next week we will go to the mudita, karuna, after finish karuna, mudita and upekha. Mudita and upekha is more, I think, more short explaining because no many, because of very many similar. So many similar way in the previous. So I think we will go to next week to meditation, mudita and upekha bhavana. Mudita bhavana and upekha bhavana. We will learn. Okay. So thank you very much for your watching. So the more you understand like this, how to practice, the Karuna Bhavana, compassion meditation. So you can make your power concentration with that meditation as well. You can get the 11 kind of benefit also. And the same way, same time, you can get the power concentration like a first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana, and the 5-4 counting method in jhana. So this is that's why we call samadhi nidisa, talking about the concentration. So the samatha bhavana, samatha meditation. Another compassion karuna meditation is another kind of the samatha meditation, tranquil meditation. Okay, so yeah, before stop the lecture, we wish our Buddha teaching lasts longer and longer in the universe. The more longer the Buddha teaching lasts, the more we can get the benefit from his teaching. So please wish Buddha Sasanam Chirantidatu in 3 times. Buddha Sasanam Chirantidatu. Buddha Sasanam Chirantidatu. Buddha Sasanam Chirantidatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame Bonya Asawakayam Wan Hodu. Idame Bonya Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu. Idame Bonya Megapala Nyanasa Pachayo Hodu. Sadhu, Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. See you next week. Have a good day. Bye bye.